All right, what's up guys? I'm at SCA Chicago, my friend Ellie, and this is Ground Control, and you guys might have seen some videos already, but you guys just got Best New Product.
I know, it's such an incredible honor to get Best New Product for the second time from the Specialty Coffee Association. I think we're the only company who's actually been awarded twice, especially for the same line of products, and I think it speaks to the industry's interest in the totally groundbreaking brewing method that we brought to market.
So let me quickly show you guys that. I'm gonna flip over to here. Okay, so Ellie's gonna walk us through the new brewer. Obviously you guys have seen this because we did a video with our friend Josh over there, but now we got the fancy award there.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go over it.
Totally. So this is the new Ground Control. Not only has it already been purchased by cafes all over the world, offices and restaurants, but we also have several of these going into private homes as well. One system produces hot coffee as good as it gets. Right now, we're brewing the Edwin Norena from Black and White, and we're also brewing this delicious coffee from Roseline, the Catapult blend, as a cold brew. So one of the things that's new with our system is we're not only brewing hot coffee that's as good as it gets, but we also are able to do instantaneous cold brew, brewed at line temperature. So you set the temperature of the coffee that you'd like to brew in the recipe, and it automatically mixes cold with hot to achieve that temperature. We're also been brewing the entire show 9 TDS, effectively espresso strength concentrate off our system. We can brew up to 2 liters of concentrate on our brewer that has the exact same quality and mouthfeel of espresso, except it's a lot cleaner. So the kind of work that your fans spend hours doing at home every day trying to dial in that perfect shot with their $3,000 burr grinder, we get that instantaneously in terms of the clarity of the cup with our batch concentrates, and you can serve up to 10 people at a time or more with that concentrate. So it's really something that is changing the equation in the industry. And right now we estimate we're in about 2% of cafes all throughout the US, and we're all throughout the globe now as well with our legacy Cyclops brewer.
I saw some of the comments from the last video we posted with Josh, and people were like, when are these gonna come out? Are these shipping soon?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're delivering to our very first initial customers in about 2 to 3 weeks. We'll have a small number out where we're going to be doing some testing, and then we're bringing the final initial orders out to market, anticipated in June. Right now we do have a long wait list, so if you're interested in a brewer, we suggest that you reach out right away. If you buy today, you should get your brewer in August.
Sweet. So obviously different design. As much as I like the Cyclops, I think the Cyclops is an eye catcher. There is something about this carafe that we can talk a little bit more about, or the overall design and all of that.
So the way we like to put it is we're bringing more transparency to the cafe, literally.
Literally, yeah.
So we have a triple wall dispenser over here, extremely heat insulating, and what we're doing with this dispenser is it's a removable dispenser. You could have as many of these as you want for your cafe or your home, and you can brew different products into them. And the thing that we really love about it is it celebrates the coffee brewing process. As you're going through your batch brewing journey, the lights light up in different colors, indicating where you're at. And then you can see across the cafe or across your home where you're at in your brewing, and your customers can too.
Yeah, I like that you use the word products, because that's the one thing is, like, with the Ground Control, you can do, of course, you can do amazing batch brew. And it's like some of the best batch brew I've literally ever tasted.
Thank you. Probably some of the best coffee you've ever tasted.
Yeah, you're right. But you can do so much more with it.
Yes.
And you can make concentrate. People are running pop-ups, businesses, anything adjacent to their normal coffee service by making things with the Ground Control.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that we're really excited about is with the Ground Control, and we're partnering here with Perfect Moose, you can basically, in a 16-inch footprint in your cafe, run your entire cafe. Your espresso, your hot lattes, your cappuccinos. We're brewing cappuccinos all day yesterday. Yeah. You could do your hot coffee, your cold brew. And because of the water mixing technology, the cold water mixing technology in our system, you could set even, for example, if you want to brew green tea at 160 Fahrenheit, you just press the button and you put that inside of your recipe and it brews green tea automatically. No matter what your boiler temperature's at, it'll mix cold water in and you can brew it instantaneously.
Yeah, and you can do that now and make cold brew. So you can make cold brew, no oxidized taste, and you don't need to wait. I don't need to wait a whole day or half a day to brew my cold brew for my shop, right?
That's right. Not only are we brewing cold brew at line temperature 2,000 times faster than a bucket-based system, 2,000 times faster, but we're also getting 20% extractions. So for those of us out there who are currently running cafes, getting 12% extractions on your cold brew in a bucket, we're actually saving you about 40% on your coffee, and we estimate about 11,000 pounds of carbon a year for cafes. So that's about 250 million pounds of carbon a year across the US if every cafe switched from a bucket to ground control.
Yeah, a lot of amazing features. One thing we should talk about is there's going to be now some predictive analytics, or you're actually going to be able to tap into some data with your brewer for your shop. So if you're a shop manager, owner of a shop, you can start tapping into the data that your brewer is using. So can we talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So one of the things we're very excited about with our new brewer is we're introducing the ground control cloud. So in addition to excellent analytics on top of your brewing data, one of the things we're going to be doing in the coming months is adding sensors to our dispensers as well, so you can track fill level, rate at which you're dispensing coffee, temperature decrease over time, and other things like that. One of the things that we're doing as well is we've developed a recipe development framework on the cloud, so you can set your recipes in your lab or in your home, share them with your friends, and other ground controls in your fleet exactly to the T. And now our recipes also all have recipe notes. So you could put inside the recipe your target grind setting, your target throw weight for your batch for a given recipe, as well as notes on target TDS and extraction too.
Yeah, so yeah, this is like basically the most flexible brewer in the world.
It's the most advanced brewer in the world. In terms of what it can achieve, you can truly run your entire cafe off one system, and we already have a ton of customers doing it. It's a game changer. And also for cafes out there that are struggling with retaining labor and with training, one workflow runs your entire cafe. It's the exact same workflow for cold brew, for hot coffee, and for concentrates. You just use a different grind size, throw weight, and recipe button.
Yep. And yeah, you know, we already are seeing people make products, run events, like you literally can run those two things right there for like an entire setup, which is awesome. So you guys have seen this brew a lot, but let's brew another coffee.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I love seeing this machine brew. It's also insanely quiet for what it does.
It is very quiet and incredibly effective.
Hey, what do we have?
So we're going to be brewing the Catapult blend from our partners at Roseline Coffee. So Roseline is one of my favorite roasters. They're out of Portland, Oregon. They just opened up a beautiful new roastery, and I'm just so impressed with the work they're doing and how innovative they are in terms of getting exceptional quality coffee to everyone. So that's something that we really stand for. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be brewing our cold brew. We're going to show you how we do it.
Let's do the cold brew.
So we're going to do
the cold brew. Tastes so good.
Thank you. Thank you. We're going to do it in under 10 minutes. It has the exact same flavor profile as what you would expect out of a bucket-based system. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to do it in under 10 minutes, and we're going to pull out a much crisper, cleaner profile. So
there's something about a lot of these ground control recipes. Well, hey, you made the recipes, but a lot of those recipes are so clean. They're sweet. They taste amazing. You know, of course, you can adjust it and make them however you want it to taste. But I love the fact that you can just pick one of these up, and out of the box, you're getting recipes that do. Like they taste great.
Absolutely, it comes with so many templates. And the coffee out of the box will brew something that's noticeably better than what you probably get off of pour over. But then you can go in and infinitely tweak it. And come up with the exact flavor profile you're looking for.
All right, let's grind the coffee.
So we're gonna grind this at just about like a drip setting. Definitely a lot finer than you would normally do cold brew at. But because we're doing multiple extractions, we can do everything a lot faster than cold brew at cold temperature and get out all the flavor we're looking for. So we're gonna hit grind.
And one thing to mention too is because there's a vacuum in here, definitely have, like, you're not gonna get those really weird off flavors with cold brew.
No.
You got ground sitting there for hours and hours over extracting, and you're getting fridge taste. Like, this is, you can't make that taste that way on this. It's like, this is why this is so much better.
Yes, and the clarity of the cold brew that you get is much better than a typical cold brew as well, because we're using a much finer paper filter. Since we have that vacuum, we're able to pull much finer grinds.
Control.
Much finer grinds than what you'd expect from a cold brew.
Yeah, I mean, when I was at your factory, because you guys do have a factory in the Bay Area, what happened was I actually did brew a cold brew. Oh yeah, there we go. So there's
we got the little stirrer in there. We're gonna start this off. So I'm gonna show you the recipe.
Yep.
And then we're gonna start this off.
What's up?
We'll see it stirring. So this is our cold brew recipe. So for 3 liters of water in. So we have 3 brew cycles. The first brew cycle is gonna put in 175 seconds. Then 40 seconds in the second and 30 in the third. We usually do much lower brew times on later cycles because so much already been extracted. And then we're gonna have, this is the amount we're gonna dispense over here in the vacuum times. But this is where things get really cool.
Yeah, this is the nerdy stuff.
So we set our temperature to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. We have a fast stirring intensity to make sure it's really well agitated. These are all the notes for the coffee.
Yeah, okay, so if you have multiple shops and you want consistency across all of that, you can, of course, have that baseline recipe with the cycles, but you have all of this stuff now too.
Yes.
And you can always change that.
Yes, and I know that we were getting about 2.2 TDS over here, so I'm gonna add that, and I'm gonna hit save. And now we've got our cold brew recipe. So we're gonna hit that. Now you can see it going.
Yep.
So when I hit the start button, it's actually gonna change the lights of the dispenser as well.
So we have indicators of when it's brewing, what's happening, and if you look down there, you'll see that if you've ever seen how the Cyclops brews, it's the exact same type of technology. It's got the water agitating the entire bed. Then there's physical stir that also gives you that agitation, but now there's also the vacuum. So
yes,
a lot of layers there in terms of
and the water that's coming in, even though our actual boiler temperature is 204, the water that's coming in is actually at 60 degrees Fahrenheit because we're mixing in real time.
Right, for a cold brew.
And then we also stir all of it, so now you can see all those grounds are very well
you get that even extraction.
Perfect even extraction.
Right. But you can push coffees so much harder. What I was gonna say is I actually took some really light roasted coffee and I ran it under a cold brew profile at the factory, and I was like, well, I actually don't hate cold brew anymore.
Well, the issue with cold brew is not that it necessarily is a bad way of making coffee. Lots of coffee experts are not fans of cold brew.
Yeah.
But it's really the method that people have used. When you're letting things oxidize for an entire day, you get a lot of off flavors. And when you spend your life sourcing and roasting the best coffees in the world, you really want a method that's going to bring out that nuance in a way that's true to what consumers expect from cold brew as well. And we get that with our extraction because we're able to really preserve the flavors of the coffee while giving that characteristic cold brew flavor as well. Brewed cold in under 10 minutes.
So we got that first cycle that's vacuuming.
Right, so the lights indicate where you are in the cycle and also celebrates the coffee brewing process. So what you're seeing here is what customers in a cafe or someone in your home might see as you're brewing. So I guarantee if you put one of these in your living room and you serve someone a coffee off of it, they'll never forget that. And we do have a number of customers that already even have the Cyclops in their home.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm standing here and there's already some of your customers are right around here and they're saying, hey, we already got 2 on hold, and it's like. So there's a lot of passion for this brewer, and the cafes that use them love them.
It really looks. And the thing is,
literally, we're saying we're bringing greater transparency in coffee.
You literally can see it.
Cold brew setup in front of the shop. That's gonna look nice. It's a plus.
Look at that. All right, so we finished brewing. Very cool. One thing that I do always want to mention is that Ellie here is actually a crazy coffee nerd.
I am.
If you can hear what he's talking about, he is one of the few coffee CEOs that I can spend so much time talking about, coffee processing, roasting, what are our favorite roasters. You dive really deep into that type of stuff.
Well, we do this out of a love for coffee And every day I wake up and I imagine the 50 to 100,000 people who are waking up with me and having a cup of coffee off ground control, because we're in about 2% of cafes now in the US. And I think to myself, their coffee experience is going to be so much better than it would have been if we didn't exist. And that's what inspires me, and bring that to more people. Because when you're a cafe that has ground control, the quality you're going to be delivering to your customer is second to none. We're talking about meaningfully better than a well-made pour over consistently, time after time, to thousands of people. Doing it, if you have someone who's new to the coffee industry on your team who's trying to learn about brewing, they can start to learn about it through ground control, and they can still create that incredible quality, as long as they're able to follow a few basic steps in terms of going through our library of recipes and selecting one that's the best fit.
Yeah,
for their coffee.
you're the guy that makes the recipes, but okay, yeah, look at that. So that's a big new advancement there. You can pour directly from the carafe there, and look at that. Wow, there's definition in there.
It's very clean.
Clean, yeah.
It tastes just like you would expect a cold brew to taste, but you could also taste the origin of the coffee.
And it's clean, it's sweet. It's
very sweet.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, it's very lingering, it's really sweet.
Well, we thank our friends at Roseline for sharing this coffee with us. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. So you could have just brewed all that cold brew, and you can now, instantly get that ready, sell it to your customers. This is the type of profile that now I'm tasting this, damn, I need one of these in my house to be able to
You do. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that.
But these are shipping soon. And again, congratulations on Best New Product.
We're deeply honored.
So I just wanted to show this side of ground control. I wanted to get Ellie on camera because he's a big coffee nerd. He makes the recipes. He makes things taste good, but also, running this is hard, and you did it, and you got the award, and this machine's shipping soon. Congrats.
Thank you. It's a huge honor to be recognized by the industry. Speaking of processing methods, for y'all out there who really specialize in anaerobic processing, you're not going to be running that through your drip brewer and getting something that does that coffee justice. We can get an amazing cup of any kind of processed coffee through our system consistently to all your customers, and share what's happening, what's new in coffee to a much wider audience. And that's something that's really cool too.
Right, because you've created a brewer that can adapt to what the industry is doing, right? What are these roasting styles, the processing, and all of that.
Yes.
And it's been awesome. And I can't wait for you guys to try the new ground control brewer. It's going to get out to all your shops. When you guys see it, post about it, take a picture of it. I think it looks sick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And demand it from your local cafe owners.
Tell them
it's coming to a cafe near you.
Near you, but tell them about it.
Tell them about it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Brian. Be well.